Welcome back, everyone, to the GGBL. Postseason action continues here in the divisional round. Game 3s. Let's get into it. San Francisco, Atlanta. 3-0 Atlanta. First game. Second game, 8-3. It's been a dominating performance from the Sting. And they're in luck. They're looking for the sweep with their ace, Riker Strizak, on mound. Jimbo Crawford here in the top of the first says, not so fast. Sweep? What sweep? That's a 3-run bomb from Jimbo Crawford. 99 miles an hour, he turned that thing around, and he added some velo on top of it. 420. Look at Valentin and Sixto, how tiny they are compared to Jimbo Crawford. It's not a guy you want to mess with if you're Strizak, right down the heart of the plate. His counterpart here today will be Jerome Lenskow. He's pitched well so far here. Bottom third, ground ball there to the shortstop, Sixto. And he's got the play at first for the final out. So 3-0 lead, still holding on for the Grizzlies. Let's jump to the top of the fourth. There's a deep drive by Vincent Bonds. That one's got enough carry. That's a solo home run, making it 4-0. These are no cheapies, especially in the GGBL stadiums, guys. 405-foot bomb for Vincent Bonds. Doesn't get any better here for Strizak, as that's a base hit. It's now 5-0. Ernesto Valentin, a very, very savvy right-handed hitter against left-handed pitching. He loves it. He's a matchup play type guy, plug and play, and there you go. Delivers an RBI single. It's 5-0. Bottom fourth, Miguel Aguero. He goes deep. Home runs left and right, back and forth, but still a 5-1 ball game here. Let's go bottom fifth. Pinkard, deep drive to left field. Valentin's not going to get this one. That is a ground rule double. It should get the run home. It's now 5-2. Atlanta's crawling back just a little bit. Good piece of hitting going the other way with some pop too. Chris Rosario, 1-2 pitch. That's a drive to right field, and Vito Vega is there to make the catch. Nice athletic play out there for Vito Vega. Let's go to the top of the sixth. Riker Strizak's day has been done for quite a while. Del Toro comes in to relief. He's got like 24 pitches, and he's pitched admirably against this San Francisco lineup. Still going to be 5-2. Double play ball here. Pedro Murillo grounds out into the double play. Atlanta just can't seem to get anything going offensively. Yes, they've had some extra base power here today, but they've only got 2 runs up on the board. So that's going to do it for Jerome Lenskow. Guy pitched really well. They're actually going to turn it over here now to Peter Kimball. 6-6 with 32 holds. This is a hold situation right here, but Atlanta's not dead yet. Paul Andrews comes through as the 9-hole hitter. Rounding third, headed for home. Here comes the throw. Is it going to be on time? Whoa. Woo. Very, very close, but Samuel Woodson does slide in safely. It's now 5-3. Very next pitch. Look at what these guys are doing. Atlanta says Kimball comes out here, and we're swinging at the first pitch. Wow. 2 pitches, 2 runs coming home off of Peter Kimball. Pinkard comes through with an RBI double. Atlanta, like I said, they're not dead quite yet. Mashburn just needs a couple more inches, and he would have got there. Line drive by Chris Rosario, but right to the little guy out there, Ernesto Valentin. It's funny, you could have hit it anywhere else, and he probably wouldn't have gotten there. Vito Vega, hard hit to Miguel Aguero, but he's going to make that play, just really protecting himself. That's what happened. We're going to go to the bullpen here. Jeffrey Kang coming on with a 9 ERA in a very tough spot now. Man at first base. Stolen base, actually, and a 2-2 now. Ground ball here to third. Satchel Michaels to Jimbo Crawford, and he does not come through in the clutch. San Francisco still holding on to that 5-4 lead. Let's go top of the ninth. We've got Rafael Sixto up. That's a base hit with nobody down. San Francisco gets another run home. And Atlanta's looking at themselves in the mirror thinking, we had our opportunities in this one, it feels like. Full count here to Valentin. That one is right up the middle. Base hit. Rosario got to throw this thing home, and it will not be in time. Carson Willard scores. It's now 7-4 San Francisco, and honestly, I think they got to get Del Toro out of the game. They should have done it earlier in the inning anyway. I'm going to go with Josh Bennett now, just in hopes for a double play ball, try to get out of this inning. But hey, Jimbo Crawford, deep drive to right, the leap at the wall. Not in the glove. It's in the stands. It's in a little kid's glove for a souvenir. That's a 3-run shot now for Jimbo Crawford. He's got 2 in the game. 10-4, and that will remain your score. Game over. Grizzlies avoid elimination here in this one. Series now 2-1. And again, if you're Atlanta, you knew that you had some opportunities, but you might have given San Francisco new life. Now they're back in the series mentally. I don't know about physically. It's a long, grueling season, and they've got not their best pitchers coming up in the next couple of games. So if you're Atlanta, you should like your odds here, because you just threw out Strzeak. You got Trig Matthews on the other side here in game number 4. But we'll see how it all plays out, won't we? Next series in the NL. Again, 2-0 series lead here for the Sun Sox. We'll see if they can sweep Carolina. First inning, Torey Roby gives up a base hit off of a double. Mind you, that was Daniel Lederman with a double. And then Grayson Fields knocks him in. So early 1-0 lead as Kenji Shinoda with a 9-10 record across 32 starts. Respectable ERA as far as GGBL standards go. 1-2 pitch here, gets the strikeout. So he's looking good so far. No base runners allowed. Let's jump to the bottom of the second. 1-2 pitch here, another nasty off-speed pitch. It's going to get David Gonzalez to strike out. 2-1 pitch here to Jim Wilga. That is a line drive right to Grayson Fields. Nice play. The big guy got some hops. Still 1-0 game. Torey Roby in a little bit of a jam. Does get the pop-up in foul ground, so Orlando had some opportunities there in the fourth, just couldn't quite cash it in. They got to get some more run support here for Shinoda. Gonzalez, ground ball here to short, hard hit. Nice throw across the diamond. That's the end of the 5th inning, and guys, I got to tell you, they haven't had a base runner. Carolina, they have not had a single base runner. What that means to you is it is a perfect game for Kenji Shinoda at this point. Torey Roby's really settled it down after that first inning, gets the big strikeout there. Let's jump now to the bottom of the 6th. 1 down, ground ball, base hit back up the middle. Danny Riddle on with the game's first base runner off of a base hit. So the no-no and the perfect game is gone, and it continues. Jim Wilga with a double off the wall. Here comes a throw home. They're not going to try it, but now you got runners on the corners, and everything was going really, really well for Shinoda. Throwing a perfect game, throwing a no-hitter, everything's working, and then now we got a jam here. 1 down, fly ball, Marshall Langston. Here comes the throw. It's a one-hopper. He got him. Danny Riddle's gunned out at home. Defensive play of the game, unless somebody's making a dive or something. Rob a home run. I love watching that. Outfielders showing off the cannon. Gunning the guy at home. You'll love to see it. So 2 base hits in that inning for Carolina. Cannot capitalize. However, Kenji Shinoda, no more. It's Clinton Gaines time, and he comes on with 2 outs. Man at third gives up the 2-run home run to Keelan Okoye. And guys, that's the ball game. Eller strikes out Lederman. This game is over. 2-1 final score for the Blue Sox. 11 hits for the Sun Sox. That's what's insane to me about this game. 11 knocks for Orlando, and they could not cash in. They definitely had their opportunities. So same thing on Atlanta's side. They had their opportunities against San Francisco in Game 3. They just couldn't capitalize. So there's your quick look here at the playoff bracket. We got 1-1 series in the AL side, and we got 2-1 series now in the NL side. So we will do some simulation here for those AL divisional matchups to break the ties. Washington gets a win 5-2, and the Michigan Mallards get a win as well. 11 hits for Washington. They broke out the sticks. Maximilian Wagner, 6 hits, 2 earned. It was the bullpen that gave it up. Unfortunately for Minnesota, they find themselves now down to 1 game until they're eliminated. Baker T. Brooks, 3 for 4 with a homer. Salvatore with a homer. It was a great game for Washington. So they're 1 win away from advancing to the championship series. Vegas, nothing much going on. 6 hits, 1 run across, and Jihao Ipman with a home run, plus Dalton Jett had a home run as well. Nice pitching by John Choi. 7 strikeouts across 6 innings. Quality start. So 2-1 series across the board for our Season 8 playoffs. We're going to head right back to where this one started. San Fran and Atlanta here at Busy Bee Honey Stadium. They sell honey. What more do you want from me? Trig Matthews, 6 Ks, 5 walks in his postseason so far, so he's got to limit the base runners. He's looking to do that here in this one. Now, Juwan Rutgen, we did not get any statistics for him, but he had 200 strikeouts in back-to-back seasons. This year, the ERA was just really, really bad, skyrocketed upwards of 5. So if you were comparing Trig Matthews and Juwan Rutgen, if you're a betting man, you're thinking about the odds, you're probably going to go with Trig Matthews every day. Mid-third, bunch of strikeouts here for Trig. He's looking good. 42 pitches for Juwan Rutgen, and he's looking good also. Gets a ground ball. Hayden Carver to short, back to second, back to first. That's a double play ball, end of the 4th. Let's jump now to the top of the 6th with nobody out. Sixto takes the curveball, a 66-mile-an-hour curveball. That's high school, man. What are we doing? Trig's got 90 pitches. That's a deep drive to right center field, but Rosario is there. Pretty big part of the ballpark. Runner will tag from second to get to third. So with 1 out, all you now need, if you're Carson Willard, is a fly ball. That's all you need. You get the first run of the ball game for either side. He gets a ground ball instead. Pinkard makes the nice backhanded stop, makes the tough throw. Had to be accurate, had to be on time. He does get the throw, but he can't go home on that throw. He can't do it. So it does allow the run to score. And it's because of that man right there. Samuel Woodson, this is all your fault. If you just held on to that curveball, didn't allow it to go through your legs. Josh Adams makes a nice catch there as a line drive. And again, Trig Matthews trying to do everything within his power to keep his team in it. He's got 116 pitches right there. And that is 9 strikeouts for Trig Matthews. Insane. Needless to say, his day is done. And again, in the 7th, Atlanta still cannot get it done offensively. Juwan Rutgen stymied him. Just couldn't get anything going off of this guy. It's crazy. A 5 ERA pitcher, they couldn't get anything done. So they're going to go with Josh Rudy, a left-hander, and this isn't looking very good. In fact, they take him out. After they make the change, they get a base runner and then another one, and they take him out. So now it's up to Buddy Dunn, another left-hander, to get Rafael Sixto. Second pitch of the at-bat, that's trouble. That one's down, left center field gap, off the wall, should score 2 runs. It's 3-0 now. Sixto with a 2 RBI double, and it gets worse. We got a walk to Carson Willard. I knew what they were trying to do. They got the 2 left-handers coming up here, but now you got to go up against Jimbo Crawford, who's been hot in these last couple of games here in this divisional series. That's a base hit. Going to score another run. It's 4-0 here in the 8th. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. 106 pitches now for Rutgen. He's trying to get the complete game shutout, but it's just out of reach of the center fielder Carson Willard, and that's going to do it for Rutgen. 106 pitches, 8 2/3. That's incredible. That's a gutsy performance. It would stink if we watched this and then San Francisco loses. Right? I mean, he gave it everything he had to put his guys in the best position. He had to make sure they survive, right? At this point, it's all about survival. They're 1 game away from elimination. So they're going to put in Keibert Romero, and he gives up a base hit here. That's going to score a run for Atlanta. Keeps the line moving. You got the heart of the order here. Miguel Aguirre with that base hit. Gives him another shot. Hayden Carver, you need a 2-run shot, buddy. You need a 2-run homer, but he's not going to get it out of the infield. In fact, it's going to stay foul. Jimbo makes the catch. Tip of the cap there for everybody involved. San Francisco survives thanks to Juwan Rutgen in that clutch and timely hitting for the Grizzlies. Look at both starters. 7 innings, 1 hit, 9 Ks, 2 walks for Trig Matthews, 8 2/3 for Juwan Rutgen. Only 2 walks. Didn't give up a lot of hits. I mean, both guys were stellar. It really came down to which one was going to break first, and in fact, it was the bullpen that broke for Atlanta. And the defense, I guess you'd say, right? Samuel Woodson, you got to have that baseball. You can't have the pass ball. Errors will kill you, especially in playoff baseball. Orlando, Carolina starts off like this in our highlight reel. Bottom of the 4th inning, both pitchers pitching really well up until this point. You got this double thanks to the dive, the missed dive out there in center field. Now you got to base it down the line. Edmundo Castro. That should be a double. It's 2-1 now in the 4th inning. Nettles against Matson. It's a decent pitching matchup. But right now, 2-0 game. You got to shut this thing down. 1-2 count for David Gonzalez. He sends this one out to center. That would be enough to get the run home. It's 3-0 Carolina. I think Orlando, you got to figure out Luke Nettles. It's a very tough thing to do, but you got to figure him out and figure him out quick if you can get out of this inning. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, does it? Danny Riddle goes deep. It's a 5 spot in the 4th inning. You're starting to approach the mid part of this game. That's not where you want to make all these mistakes. Nettles, you can kind of tell he's been pitching great. No earned runs for Orlando, and we got another double. Bones Delgado gives it up to Danny Riddle. He's got some extra base pop in this one, man. Whew, he's looking good. It's now 6-0. How about Jim Wilga? Little ground ball here. What a play by Bones Delgado, but he throws it away. Dude, you had time. It's the catcher. Come on, man. 7-0 Carolina, and just check this out one more time. I mean, that's a great job. He's turning around, and then he's locating the ball. Makes the off-balance throw. Like we saw in the Atlanta game, errors will kill you. 7-0, bottom 6. There's a base hit. It's just going to get worse, isn't it? Castilla with the knock. Still 1 out. 1-1 pitch here to Castro. That's right down the line, and that's going to score 2. 9-0. And they got 3 innings left. They got the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th to get 9 runs. In fact, 10 runs. Carolina does tack on 1 more. Luke Nettles. He will go 9 innings. Whereas Jawan Ruckin could not, Luke Nettles does. 9 innings, complete game shutout for Luke Nettles. 10 runs on 12 hits, and this series is now tied. Again, same thing that we saw in the last game for Orlando. 9 hits. You should at least have a couple runs on 9 hits. I mean, look, Carolina had 12. They had 3 more than them, and they had 10 runs. 9 hits, no runs for Orlando. The offense is struggling, and it's struggling mightily. And they better get this thing figured out, because game number 5, that's going to be an interesting one. If they can't get the offense moving, I don't know if they've got the pitching to get it done. I don't know. I think Carolina, with just the clutch way that they're coming up and getting these knocks, I think that they might be riding this 2-game winning streak and turning that into 3. Like, this is a collapse on Orlando's side. The number 1 seed might fall because they can't hit with runners in scoring position or runners on base in general. They're getting on. They just cannot drive them in. So that's a problem. It's a problem for Orlando that they got to diagnose quickly. They got to fix that quickly. Now for Atlanta, they were also up 2-0 over the 2 seed. So I'm not as surprised with that one as San Francisco's come roaring back in that series. You kind of expected that San Fran was going to make it a series. But, you know, being up 2-0, you get 2 straight wins for the Grizzlies. They're the 2 seed for a reason. They're a really good team. Got a lot of big-time offensive weapons on that squad, and I worry about their pitching. I worry about San Francisco's pitching to this point in this series. Like, who are you going to turn to? Is it going to be Burnside? Probably. That's who I would go with, even on short rest. Like, you got to find a way to advance. For Atlanta, you've already used Strizak. That's a loss. You've used Trig Matthews. That's a loss. Who do you turn to there? So game 5 in that series is going to be interesting too, so can't wait to see how that one plays out. And then on the AL side, we got a lot of games left to go, guys. You know, if Vegas ties it, if Minnesota ties it, that's at least 2 games apiece on that end. And then for the NL, you've got 2 games on that side anyway. So we might have a part 4. Honestly, this is part 2. We might have a part 3. And if no one's eliminated on the AL side, you're going to have a part number 4 for the AL side at least, because that's a lot of highlights to cut up. So just kind of letting you know what's going on here. If Vegas ties it, if Minnesota ties it, someone's going to win. Someone's going to go to the NLCS in the next video. But if Vegas ties it, if Minnesota ties it in that video coming up on Friday, expect Game 5s in a separate upload over the weekend. So just for the AL specifically. So just kind of let you guys know what I'm thinking. Anyway, great video today. Awesome games all the way around. Leave a like if you like this thing. I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.